Good morning. Hi, this is Spirit Journey. Today is a special day. Firstly, today is March 3rd, 2017, which is my 14th anniversary of this apartment that I live in New York City. So yay, I'm really excited about that. I remember day one when I came in, and this place is really good to me. I have a great view and it's really nice. Let me share that with you real quick. It's my view. Hope you can see it. And it's facing north. Yes, that's the first thing. And so I want to celebrate that. And the other reason why I'm doing this video is because this morning, when I checked my messages on my device, a YouTuber that I responded to yesterday had wrote me 2 other responses, and she shared with me to share my spiritual beliefs. And I thought about it. I said, wow, the fact that I notice when people ask me things directly, say, hey, I would like you to do this. I'm usually very open about it. It encourages me to jump in and say, yeah, okay. And she seems sincere about her questions. And a couple of years ago, someone had implied, hey, like I was responding to something. And she said, hey, why don't you, it sounds like you should be a teacher. And interesting, growing up, my father wanted me to go into teaching. He was a teacher, and I didn't want to be a teacher. And it was because he was one. And I guess a little rebellious in the sense that I didn't want to feel like I was being forced into something. But I think in answer her question about what are my spiritual beliefs, I see that my spiritual belief or spirituality, and I don't mean religion, but what makes me me in navigating this world? Well, in answering her question, your everyday experiences will affect your spiritual beliefs every day. And based on her questions that she asked about what books I've been reading, and because she was responding to a video that I did entitled something like the foolishness of ancestry worship. And again, my doing the video is not to offend anybody's relationship with what they call ancestral worship or reverence. But my doing the video is really responding to an awareness that I'm having. And that's what the video was all about. It was not about to offend anybody. Because you have many people who are on this planet like everybody else who are looking for answers. And a lot of our questions is based on the things that happen to us. Why are we in poverty? Why is certain family members doing this? Why is so-and-so a drug addict? Why did someone get hit by a car? Why do I have this disease? All these things. And then you're looking for answers. Well, in certain traditions, these 2 traditions or religions or practices are based on certain human needs or wants or desires or fears. And I'm no different than any of you guys. And in this walk, every day I'm asking these questions. And to this YouTuber, allow yourself to ask questions. Questions about the things that you are experiencing, or even traditions that you were a part of, or your family is a part of. And I think that's the main thing. Why do people do, for example, the ancestral worship? And part of that video was based on an experience that I had. I had the opportunity twice to go to an Umbanda. I'm not sure the pronunciation, but it's spelled like Umbanda. It is Afro-Brazilian spirituality. It's heavily African with Catholicism and also the indigenous people of Brazil. And it involves the possession, like the person gets in a trance oftentimes when they're doing a dance with music, usually percussions going on, and then an energy or spirit indwells in them, and then that they act out certain things, and that these people who are being possessed, I don't know any other word to say, but an energy goes into them, that they are then able to respond to the attendants who are at the ceremony, and then you can ask them questions. And I did participate in this, and I asked the person who was under this energy or being questions, and I saw that the person really couldn't answer my question. Quiet! That's quiet. It's my little doggy. Come here, Lily. Come here. Well, either way, that it started. I started to ask myself questions. Come here, girl. Come here. She wants me to run after her. Come here. Come here. Come, bring the toy. Bring the toy. Come here, girl. She has this toy. She pops it in front. Come on. Come on. Come here. How could I get it? How could I get that when you're running away from it? From me? Come here. See, it's a spiritual lesson with this dog. Okay, she's a Havanese. She's 7 years old. And what she's doing, she's been studying me, my dog. And she knows that by doing certain things will get my attention, or in essence, to piss me off. She'll rub against the furniture with her face and body, knowing that it's dirty, and dirty the furniture, and then I'll go run and get her. And that's what she wants me to do. So you can learn from even this instance. Come here. Come. Come here. Come here. See, I'm not turning off this video because of her. Because, see, this is a perfect learning experience. And she'll quiet down eventually. So I'm going to turn my back from her. Okay. So, even in this, you have a need and experience. And we interact with different things. We interact. We interact with animals. We interact with plants. We interact with people on the train or the bus. You know, we do all those things. And it's trying to teach us something. Just like that Umbanda ceremony was to teach me something. It's not so much the act of someone jumping up and down and just acting out whatever, or whatever what they said. What did I learn from that interaction? And I think part of that answer that I'm learning is that the answer is in you, in me. When I say you, that I'm looking outward and trying to find answers of something that is in me. My problem was not my dog Lily, the Havanese, barking at me. I know what she was doing, and see that she quieted down. She learned, hey, you can only go so far until it's not going to happen, you know? And I guess it's really foreseeing, what's really going on. What is the essence? sometimes, yes, you need to answer your dog. It could be someone outside trying to come in, whatever. Sometimes they try to alert you. So in life, whether it be an Umbanda ceremony, some things is to alert you, to get your attention. And I think part of the lesson about me and this YouTuber who wrote me and asked me about what books I'm reading, what are my spiritual beliefs, etc. It's about, she's asking, in my opinion, she's looking for answers. And my answer to her is really, the answer is within you. That anything that you want to learn from, you can. And I am no expert. I call myself a beginner in all this. It's been maybe 2.5, maybe 3 years that I started to ask myself questions. I used to go to church. I was raised at around 21. I was introduced to Christianity. I was raised, my mom is Catholic, but I was not raised in the Catholic Church. Just my older siblings. But I never had any religious training. But when I was around 21, I was introduced to a church and, you got to be saved and, I got baptized, all that stuff. I went through all that. I visited many churches and I felt I wasn't getting any answers. My life was the same. I didn't have what they call the born again experience, that all these whistles were blowing and of happiness and joy and all my questions asked. In fact, I was in the dark. I don't know who was in more darkness than I was. I was in spiritual darkness, and I think I was in spiritual darkness because I was looking outside rather than within. I needed to look within myself. I was afraid of myself. I was afraid to talk within myself and always thinking that other people were better, were superior, and getting into isms, and I had beliefs. I believed all lies about myself and other people. So fast forward about beliefs, that even religion are belief systems. And there were beliefs that I had nothing tangible to test it with. I wasn't born in the Bible days. I never met these Bible characters, but I put my belief in it. So I've been watching many, many videos because really what I'm doing, I'm trying to gather information. And many of this information you could throw out, but some of it are building blocks. I don't have any one central belief per se, but the only belief that I can say that I have is that anytime you have an experience, it's going to have some type of effect on your belief system, on how you think. So I would say have as many experiences that you can have safely so that you'll have the tools to be able to say, this belongs there, that belongs there. Don't, or avoid certain things. This could be helpful. Or listening to certain things. Hey, my dog. You can learn from your dogs. I'm learning a lot from my dogs by just looking at them. I have 3 little dogs, and each one are very different, and they talk to me. I mean, they are revealing about my nature. Lily, she gets on my emotional side. She presses buttons on a deeper. She's a sweet girl, but I see I'm a lot of her. A lot of me she has. She gets anxious sometimes. She's sweet-spirited. She wants everybody to like her. But she has her anxiety side too, you know? And then I have the little Shih Tzu. You know, she just wants to enjoy life. She wants people to take care of her. You know, she's tiny. And then I have the little boy, you know, a Pekingese who's very outgoing, bold. And, you know, he wants to take life by the horns. And I can see that component of me that I want to break through, you know. And this YouTuber that wrote me that I'm responding to this video request, she asked about what these beliefs I have, and I did share with her this YouTuber that I just found out. I think she goes by the name Crystal Quartz, and she was talking about how to get to know your higher self. And her suggestion was using the pendulum. And in the past, I did buy a pendulum a couple of years ago, and I did try to use it. I didn't get anywhere with it. But her video that she shared, she in essence was saying, whatever pendulum you choose one that you gravitate towards, and you have to program it. And I heard that word program before. So I'm thinking with her programming, she was specific about we have old programs in our being, and that we need to break them, and like we have these beliefs, and a lot of these beliefs may be redundant. And it's because so-and-so told you, whatever. But in answer to the question about, what is this reality? She says, the answer is within you, and to program the pendulum that will give you answers only from your creator, whoever who you designate as being the supreme one over you, your creator or your higher self, that only accept answers from them, and that everything else, any other energy, cannot speak through this pendulum. And pendulum is anything, it's on a string and something's on end, and you hold it up and you ask yes or no answers or maybes. And it'll swing counterclockwise or clockwise or wobble a little bit. And based on how it's programmed, it tells you those responses, yes, no, or maybe, or not now. So I did try to program it. But again, maybe what I'm learning from that experience, because listen to a video and I did follow some of the instructions, but I'm thinking, maybe I'm not ready to know the truth. That just came to me just now. And I think that's right. That sometimes it's not that the person gave wrong information. I'm still a sovereign being, and maybe I wasn't ready to know the truth. And that by trying to press it, it's just, it's a no-go. So, to the YouTuber that asked me the question, that you have to ask yourself, are you really ready to know your truth? What makes you tick? Why are you here? I could refer to you and everyone else who have similar questions. The same thing, you could read this book or that book. But I didn't because I've asked people, hey, what should I read, or where should I go, or how to meditate? All those things, I've asked the same thing, and I'm asking now. So I would say, really go within. How do you go within? I guess by saying to yourself, I'm not going to base anything on what anybody else told me, but just what feels right in here. And if it works for you, and it's tested, and if it's doing, and you think you're progressing in a way that you want to go, I would say stick with it. Learn the cues. Learn your cues. If something's making you feel uncomfortable, back away from it. If something is enhancing you into a so-called better person, or more knowledge or awareness or maturity, stick with it. Again, I might have said this a lot of other times, you got to ask yourself questions. I would say that's the biggest thing that I've been doing starting around 3 years ago. Regarding the church I was going into, I was going to the museum. I went to the Museum of Natural History, and I was looking at the exhibit with what they call ancient man and the dinosaurs and things like that. And it was shaking my belief system in the Bible. I thought we were only on this. I thought the planet was only 6,000 plus years, but they had skeletons that said it was over 40,000 years. So there's something wrong. And then I have been doing the meditation for about maybe two and a half years. I think it's actually going on 3, but at least 2 years. And I've had some experiences with that as well. That you start to see symbols. One time I saw myself, what looked like myself, looking at a device and thumbing through it, going like this, with the sensor pads, you're able to go like that and move the screen, to another window. I saw myself in a meditation doing that, like I was looking for something on this device. I don't know what that was, but it's telling me that the pages in the Bible that I've put my trust in, that there's more information beyond the pages of a book. And that's why I also told this YouTuber, I didn't give her any specific book to read, but I just said what topic you're interested in, look at several books on that topic and then ask questions. And I say the same thing. What you think that, what your interests are, get a lot of books about it and watch videos on that subject. So you get a full opinion on these things, and it's going to shape you how you think. And it'll continue to change the way you think and how you process things. Because information, as they say, is data. And data is information. And information doesn't just sit in you. It can, but that information in you, you will respond to. Let's say data that there's a bomb. Well, a lot of people with that data or information, they're going to run away. It's going to make you do something. So your spirituality is something that's going to continually change every day. And that you will have to adjust with that information and what you do. I also say with this spirituality that I'm on, it's about responsibility. Many of us, including myself, need to be more responsible for our actions. What are my actions towards something? Am I stuck in a rut? Well, what am I doing about it? Some things is about awareness. One thing I did learn about something like that, I was exploring remote viewing. The key thing with remote viewing that got my attention was that when some things keep coming in your mind, put that information on paper, because it just keep on popping up because it wants you to address something. The information you get in the data may not be true, but it can have some truth in it. But the fact is, it keeps on pressing you. Put it down on paper, whether it be a name or whatever. Just plop it on paper, and it doesn't pop back in your mind anymore. So then you can get to the next step. So I think with me in the spirituality, that certain things keep on repeating, or maybe just write it down. Or in essence, you're saying, okay, I acknowledge that. I'm not saying agreeing with it, that I acknowledge that I saw X, Y, and Z, or that this thing affected me that way, or whatever. It's to acknowledge it, place it on paper, then it's out. And then you get to go to the next step and the next step. So those are some of the things that I learned in this spirituality that I'm on. And I see that it's going to be a lifelong thing and that I have a working to do. So that's about it that I want to talk about. But in January, also after all this, the election year and everything, it was stressful for me to watch. It's the first time that I ever really followed an election. So I think it was January 24th, I made I made a video, but I never posted it. It was about identity. I think that's a big thing about spirituality. What is your identity? And identity, in essence, is your sense of reality of who you are. And one of those realities was about the identity, what we call ourselves socially. And I live in a society that is currently about race or nationality. And I learned that what you call yourself is very important, and that what you call yourself could have a negative influence on you. And one thing was about race, calling myself black. And I asked myself questions: what is black? And is that what I really am? These are terms, at least in this society, that meant something in a negative way. And I needed to neutralize that so I can get to the next level. And in part of that expression of breaking loose to negative labels. And now there's nothing wrong with the color black per se. Black is beautiful, white's beautiful, yellow, brown, red, green. It's what meaning you put on it. But I do live in this society. So I symbolically created something to break how I perceive myself through these labels that society put on me. So I made a necklace that was to symbolically represent the breaking away and also the coming together of those terms. This necklace right here, okay? This necklace I made is made out of stone. This is a labradorite stone, and these larger stones here are porcelain nuggets that are colored. And each of these colors are representative to certain aspects. And so what I did, and as I mentioned, that this is the color gray, or it's gray, basically gray in color. That about what label I was put under. I was put under the label black, or being a black person. And that had a negative connotation to me. Okay, but I also, in my life, see, I'm also logical. That yes, I'm of African ancestry, and I think that's a beautiful thing. But I'm also of European ancestry as well, and that's a beautiful thing too. Any nationality and any race is a good thing. But what I'm trying to challenge you is that does any African 800 years ago call themselves black? They didn't. What I'm saying that these are social constructs, and these social constructs were designed as a polarity to fight. It's an antithesis. And the antithesis between white and black, or I should say white and black people, which is ridiculous. People are people. You have family members who attack one another, who kill each other. So it's not about nationality or race. It's what's going on inside. But I wanted to symbolically break this duality of hatred and self-loathe. So the gray is a neutral color. Gray is the combination of white and black. So I initially said, I am not black anymore, I'm gray. Okay? And it's not about avoiding myself and self-loathing. No, this is symbolic what I'm getting at. And this is also a spiritual truth. That's why I share it. When you neutralize it, gray, you can't fight it. Gray in the natural is a neutral color. It doesn't fight anything. So why should I fight within myself? I am me, and I love me. And so it doesn't fight me anymore. I am what I am. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to fight someone's calling me the N word or the B word. I couldn't care less. That's a form of neutralization. Getting in the gray zone. Get in the gray zone. You guys who are on a spiritual quest, get in the gray zone so it doesn't haunt you anymore. Whatever it is, whether it's being fat or skinny, tall or short. These are dualities that this current world system is about. And it's trying to deceive you and get you flustered. Okay, and I was flustered much of my life, okay, regarding these isms. And racism is a biggie in the Americas, okay? So gray is neutrality. I'm not going to fight anymore. But these other stones represent very important things. Brown represents the earth, so get grounded. Green is life. I need plants to eat, food. So this is something, it's a comfort. Yellow represents the sun for me, and its warmth and its beauty up in the sky in the daytime. And then I have white here. It's an off-white. It symbolizes the moon. How beautiful and calming it is at nighttime when you look at it. So yes, this is a natural bracelet. It's about getting one with my environment. This is what this is all about. And that I was to wear this around my neck, but I wanted to wear it behind. Representing, have it behind me. My past life, about how I thought about myself, is behind me now. It can't touch me anymore because it's neutral. It's a thing in the past. So symbolically, you can wear it behind your back, so you don't see it. Okay. You can also wear forward when you want to embrace duality, but it's all good. It doesn't hurt you anymore. Okay. And then I have this. See, when you make something that represents a thing, it's coming out from you. Just like when you're doing remote viewing and something keeps popping in your mind that won't stop, you put it down on paper. You materialize it and you plop it somewhere. So it doesn't bug you anymore. It becomes outside of yourself. And then you can examine it when you feel like it. This is another representation of a spiritual belief. So right after I had made this necklace, I made this necklace first in January of this year, 2017. Then the day after I made this, I said, I have to do something else because I have another spiritual truth about myself. I now call myself that I wasn't something anymore, but what am I going to call myself now to look forward to? So I wanted something a visual representation of this projecting forward in my life. And that's what this necklace is. This necklace, this is amber. Amber is a resin. It's the sap of a tree, and then it gets hard. And a lot of times you can have like insects, whatever, caught in it, whatever, but it's a natural element. And this color is closer to my color than for me to say that I'm black or white. I'm like a caramel color, a honey color. And that's what this color is. It's beautiful. If you're going to call yourself something that looks like you. It's going to represent you more, and you decide what you look like, how you want to be, how you want to perceive yourself. You decide. You write down how you want to identify yourself. And that's what this is all about. Okay? And it is empowering. So the amber represents me, and also amber is something old, and it's something that was shaped through experiences, through the oxidation of this world system. But in the end, it comes out beautiful and shiny and lusterful. You know, it couldn't get like this without life and everything that happens to you in life. So that whether it's good or bad, you know, it doesn't matter. In the end, it will shape you to its fullness. And that's what the amber represents to me. Now, the stones here are also of the elements. Okay, this clear stone, it's a crystal, and it represents the air. These are the elements. The air, red for fire, is a coral. It's a dyed red coral. This is actually tiger eye. It's brown. It represents the earth and groundedness. And this blue represents water. If I want to meditate or something, I think about the power and the beauty of those elements, whether it be the air or the water or the fire, the power fire, the power and the grounding of the earth. You could think about those things. Okay? And also, this color amber. Amber also represents to me, it's almost like an orangey color too. And this color, you know, in the chakra system, I'm thinking about orange in particular. That's a creation. I want to create my world, my future. And so I'm to wear this necklace, excuse me, up in front of the first one. This is ahead of me to remind me to look ahead in life, to love the power of this world system that I'm currently in, to learn from it, and to enjoy what's ahead, and to enjoy the now. Because at any point I can grab onto this now, be in the now, and say, now is the time to be full of creativity and joy in life. And then my old self is behind me. But also, I still embrace it because I am a combination of these things. So I'm not fully rejecting it. I'm aware of it, but it's behind me, my past self. But I look ahead because I have something beautiful ahead. So that's in a nutshell. It's almost 39 minutes, this video. I didn't mean it for it to be this long. But for those people who needed to hear this, that you be blessed by this video and that it will permit you to move forward in life like how I want to move forward. You know, one day at a time. Each one, teach one. So I hope you, YouTuber, enjoyed this video. And thank you again for trusting me enough to even put out a video to inquire what my spiritual beliefs are. And this is it. So I hope you understand, and I hope you understand yourself even more, and that you're going to realize we are both the same. We are both searching for truth that is right within us. And at any moment you can learn from anybody, anything, any event. So just continue on your path like I'm going to continue on mine. Share this video with friends, family members. You could subscribe to Spirit Journey. And again, you can give me the thumbs up. Peace, love, and joy to you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.